There once was a time where everybody was a Christian, and more importantly, everybody had certain shared ideas about the world that was based in Christianity that was taken for granted. This is not true anymore. We live in a much more heterogeneous society where people have ideas about the society and the world that are very different from each other.
The Vatican is a totally artificial world. There are no women and no children. The ordination of women, something that may happen only in 80 years or 100 years, it's something so perturbing. Women are very perturbing for men who hold absolute power and who are celibate and who have an obsession with sex, just as the Pope has said.
In the center of Helsinki, in the busiest shopping area, people in hurry have the possibility to stop. A modern, newly built wooden chapel, a funnel-shaped building with no windows, draws everybody's attention and lures all types of believers and non-believers inside for a spiritual moment.
Well inside you have the total calmness and the simple beauty of the round-shaped modern simplistic architecture built using no other materials than natural unpainted wood. This is the workplace for church priest Nana Helakowski.
Everybody needs a silent moment once in a while in their life, and a simple place where you can go to figure out what's happening in your heads.
The chapel is an example of the new ecumenic approach that the Lutheran Church has embraced.
Even though the workers who get salary from this place, church workers, they come from Lutheran parishes, but we have evening prayers held by Catholic fathers or Greek Orthodox fathers or workers from the free churches.
This chapel is a product of a new postmodern global diverse society.
People travel, meet different cultures and learn to think in different ways. People move more freely and have different backgrounds. Internet and media spread ideas around the world in seconds. People are not homogeneous within one country or even within one city or village anymore.
I don't think the diversity is the major problem. The problem is that the church is used to have power and authority based on this shared worldview and its place in society. And this position of authority is fastly eroding.
People's way of thinking and living are diverse, says the researcher Patrick Hagman at the Åbo Academy University of Turku in Finland, who has written a book about the post-Christian society. We follow him to a short Swedish-speaking children's mass in a little modern chapel in the center of the West Coast town. The ceremony has only a handful of mothers with their babies.
In Finland, the church hasn't really come to terms with this new position in society yet.
The main churches all over the world are facing challenges due to diversity, both in the Catholic Southern Europe and in the Protestant Northern Europe. In Portugal, the Catholic Church is a powerful institution with great economic and social influence. The same can be said about the Lutheran Church in Finland.
In Finland, around 80% of the population belong to the Lutheran Church. In Portugal, 80% to the Catholic Church. The challenges these two main churches are facing are somewhat different. The Catholic Church is having problems with pedophile scandals and with modern values embraced by the population.
Rosario Farmhouse is the Portuguese High Commissioner for Immigration and Intercultural Dialogue. She works very closely with the Catholic Church. She points out that the Church should embrace diversity within society as a way to promote change.
Probably the Catholic Church should be aware to change or to look at this diversity as a challenge, as an opportunity. It depends. Even the Catholic Church is so different in Portugal, depending on the priest or on the diocese, or it depends a bit, but I think it's an opportunity. Religion has a great work on integration.
The main church in Finland, on the other hand, is facing problems with people resigning. through the website eroakirkosta.fi, some 400,000 citizens have resigned from the church. The website was an idea of the Union of Freethinkers of Finland, currently led by Petri Karisma. As the membership decreases, church power will diminish. They will face an image problem and run out of money.
This process of resignation from the church is causing economic problems to the institution because of diminishing membership fees. Bishop Björn Wikström in Porvoo.
Every member that leaves the church is a sign of the fact that the church doesn't mean that much for that person. And in that sense, it's something we have to take seriously.
But he realizes that the Lutheran Church has been well embracing diversity despite some resistance.
Female pastors, and this is a topic that still is dividing.
What's the rate of female pastors?
I heard actually today that there are about 40% that are female today. But then we have still male pastors that don't want to cooperate with female pastor, at least when we are celebrating Eucharist. So this is a very, has been at least a very big topic, but this is...
Is it a generation gap?
Yes, it is.
Em nome do Pai, do Filho e do Espírito Santo.
In the heart of Lisbon, with its ancient and very decorative Catholic churches, we are meeting the Bishop of Beja, Antonio Vitalino Dantas. We know that women will have to get more responsibilities in the church, but how and if women will also become priests, I don't know. We meet researcher Ana Vicente from the movement We Are Church. This Catholic organization is lobbying the Vatican for change.
Before allowing the ordination of women, so much has to change. Look, the structure, it has to be much more of a network rather than a pyramid. And not only that, what has to change is the attitude towards priests, towards priesthood. Personally, and from what I know of the history of the Church, etc., I don't think it will be Pope Francis that will do that.
The Lutheran Church of Finland has had women as priests for over 25 years. The Church accepts contraceptives and divorce. Priests are living normal family lives. Homosexuals cannot get married in Finland yet, but the issue is being discussed in the country. It is already possible in the Lutheran Church of the neighboring country of Sweden. The Finnish Bishop Björn Wikström would be ready to marry also same-sex couples.
Well, I think that we can't shut our eyes for the fact that there are people who are homosexuals, and we shouldn't force them to hide their feelings. On the contrary, we should do what we can for giving also them the possibility of creating faithful, permanent relations.
The Finnish Lutheran Church faces important options.
Should we do, for example, continue like today, that we only marry men and women? Or should we say, okay, this is now the legal structure here in Finland, and then we also marry same-sex couples? Or maybe, as I have been suggesting, maybe the church could give away this right to join people together in matrimony.
Confessemos os nossos pecados.
In Portugal, people live the same modern lives as the Finns do, with women working, couples accepting contraceptives, abortion and divorce. Most people also accept equal rights for women and sexual minorities, but still the Catholic Church is not accepting this. Bishop Antonio Vitalino Dantas explains why. Priests that are homosexuals are okay if they can live in celibacy, but the bishop says that the church will never marry a homosexual couple, but pray for them.
Deus Todo-Poderoso tenha compaixão de nós.
Although the reality is not the ideal, I can't say the ideal is wrong, but that people are weak and have to try to reach the ideal.
We meet Daniel Jakobsen, 36, in a church talk for young adults at the St. Matteo's Church outside Helsinki. He wants the church to challenge youth.
The movies that you see, the music that you hear, the culture that we live in, everything, faith has to do with your life. We want to challenge, even if you're saying that God means everything to you, we want to challenge that. And if you say God means nothing to you, we want to challenge that, because we don't think that's the truth. Life in church doesn't have to be separate things. What do they want from their church? And we want to enable them to do their own church. Important thing is that if God has created us, then God is relevant to us, even if we like Lady Gaga or even if we like Bach.